What up? What up? Well, gotta tell you one thing. We're gonna be starting a new kind of episode, or I guess channel. So most time when you see me, I'm usually with Peyton, my right hand man. Now my right hand man right here is Piplup. But what we're gonna be doing is more of like a structured podcast. I'm calling it Money Discipline. What I want to be going over is just a lot of things, money management, a lot of things that you don't get taught or didn't learn through school. One thing I've been going through, and all this that we're going to be talking about, or I'll be going over, is just personal experiences, what I've learned over the years with my parents. I was very fortunate to have great parents to be able to teach me money management growing up, and then with being in the car business the past 5 years. I started when I was 18. I'm 23 now, and learning what credit's like, what good debt is, what debt in general, is it good or is it bad? What is interest rates, how you get good interest rates, how you buy cars when you're young, what's the benefit of cosigner, what's the benefit of leasing, financing, paying cash, what's the benefit of putting money down. There's just a plethora of things that I've got to learn over the years of being in the car business, that talking to a lot of peers my age or a little bit older, a little bit younger, come to realize that there's a lot of people that don't fully understand a lot about money management, right? Wait, what does it mean to manage your money? What does it mean to have credit cards? What does it mean to, you get $2,000 or $3,000? What do you do with that money, right? Do you just go spend it, or do you, how do you invest it? Everything like that. So it's just a lot of personal experiences that I've gone through, a lot of things that I want to try to share, throughout this episodes. If help one or two people, great. The three things I'm most passionate about in life is going to the gym, physical fitness, cars, and then money. So my days consist of going to the gym, going to sell cars, and then managing my own money, and then helping clients with payments, managing their own money. Is it more beneficial to put money down, take the lower rate, pay cash for the vehicle, go longer term, go shorter term, everything like that? It's all just stuff I'm truly passionate about. What we're going to be doing is, throughout this, we're going to be doing a lot of learning together, as well as hopefully I can try to teach a couple things and learn along the way. Right now, I have roughly 19 topics that are set up and ready to discuss. What I'll be trying to do is structure roughly about 15-minute episodes. I don't know how often I'm going to post, because obviously I work 6 days a week on top of Peyton and I already doing the other podcast. I also want to make sure I have well thought out 15-minute intervals whenever I'm going through over everything, to help explain and go over whatever the structure or the knowledge of whatever the question is or whatever the topic is. Of that, obviously, this episode or this channel is going to be structured a little bit different. Obviously, like starting, I had to figure out where the camera angle is, because I didn't want it set over to the side and talking straight to a wall looking stupid. So now, instead of talking to Pate, I'm talking straight to a camera, which is a little weird. You just kind of pretend like you are talking to somebody. So trying to get that all figured out for us. And then, like I said, this is going to be a very structured type of channel. I'm not going to be looking so much for like the joking stuff. Going to be looking more for finding a good question that I have or that I've talked to that people don't really understand too much about. And a lot of this is going to be geared towards people my age, late teens, early mid-20s, maybe late 20s, early 30s, depending on how people have or haven't learned over the course of the years. And they're just, like I said, telling a lot of personal opinions. I'm not a professional by zero means. Hell, I'm a car salesman at the end of the day. Yet, one of my three greatest passions is money. Money is the greatest tool to take care of your family, to have better health, to go on trips and experiences, have all the finer things in life that I believe you should be capable to have, long as you don't let money take over and you start using that differently in your mind and motivating in the wrong ways, I suppose. Also, this kind of structure too, it's a little bit different because I'm just talking to myself. Like I said, I'm not really, don't have anybody to bounce ideas off of, so I tend to talk pretty quick when I get passionate about things. So I'm going to have to work on kind of slowing that down a little bit. So basically, me, Piplup, Sam, got the timer here, and just keep running through everything. Um, like I said, I don't know how I'll be scheduling this. I would like to do once a week. I don't know if that's going to be once every week. Essentially 19 topics, that's 19 episodes. So that's going to put you, 1/3 the way through the year. I'll obviously be able to get other episodes. Hopefully you guys can comment. Let me know what you want to hear or what you'd like to learn about. And I want to be able to do the research throughout the week, structure a good 15-minute segment, and then dive in depth about it. And then obviously learn with you guys as much as articulate what my thought process is, how I view things, how I was raised, how in the car business seeing people spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s on vehicles, what I would recommend, what I wouldn't recommend. I would argue to say I'm a professional in the car business with going over what it's like buying a car and recommending what a smart situation versus a non-smart situation is, and what does it take to be able to get to where you can make decisions on vehicles that no, that isn't smart financially, or when maybe you're in the position where it ain't really up to you. You kind of just have to bite the bullet. What they call it is buying your credit. Where you start crawling before you walk, or you start walking before you run, just like what a baby does. That's what you have to do with starting building your credit. Yet I'll save that for more in depth because credit is a whole where cash used to be king back when my parents were younger. Now it's more of a credit's king. I have my own opinions about that. Let's see. So outside of that, I'm gonna keep this first one. This episode's gonna be mainly like an intro. I'm not gonna post it on anything to try to get people to subscribe or whatnot. This is just gonna be an intro if people want to come back and watch this to see what kind of the structure is gonna look like. Fantastic. But outside of that, Pate will still be doing the editing as he does on our other channel, the DP show. But outside of that, he'll be doing all that stuff. Like I said, please comment something if you are going to be watching this first intro episode. Please comment something you'd like to talk about, and I will build 15 minutes of research and personal experiences and personal opinions, essentially, and to dive in depth into that. If not, I have, like I said, about roughly 19 topics to talk about, and then dive pretty deep into those, all stuff that I see that a lot of people don't teach. And then especially school hasn't done the best job of teaching money management. It's a lot about teaching you how to make payments and how to get in the wheel of that payments, paying stuff off, financing something else, paying something off, getting the mindset of just because I can make this monthly payment, I can afford this object or thing or whatever it may be. So that's closing us in right about 9 minutes. It's roughly but what our episodes are going to look like. Probably going to be a little bit longer, and we have an actual topic. So this is just an intro. I'm going to name this channel Money Discipline, because to have money takes an extraordinary amount of discipline. One of my sayings that I thought of the other day, and here, let me look at my notes here, because it's just one of the many conversations Mom and I were having between each other. So discipline is like a knife. If you don't consistently sharpen it, it will go dull quickly. So meaning if you are actively using your discipline every day for whether it's your body, your mindset, money discipline, very, very, very easy, because discipline's all a mental thing. Very easily can your mind slip away and, you start slacking off, or, getting coffee 3 times a week really isn't that bad, but simple, like you take a $7 coffee, well, it's $21 a week, times that by 52, you're looking at several $100s just on coffee, right? So that's what we're gonna be diving deep into. And that's where the money discipline comes from with the title. It's having discipline with money, and what does that look like, and how can you start implementing that, budgeting, everything like that into your daily lives, and hopefully just slowly becoming um, more money smart, using it as a tool. It's not the end goal. It's a huge stepping stone, and it gives you access to a lot of beautiful things on this earth. And um, yeah. So we're gonna close it up here. Roughly 10 minutes on this first episode. Um, Thank you for the couple of people that may watch this. If not, we're gonna keep enjoying this. Something we're passionate about, so we will be doing this. And thank you everybody, and have a good rest of your day.